welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. And our guest today is Donna. So, Donna, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience, your name and where you live, and a little bit more about what you do.
Yes, no problem. My name is Donna Williams. I live in Jacksonville, Florida, and I'm the owner of Team Fuego Online Apparel.
Awesome. So, how did you go about starting your business? And I guess, and even let's even backtrack even more. Like, what exactly does your business do? If you could share that with our audience.
Sure. Well, the passion behind Team Fuego came when my son tragically lost his life in 2017. He was killed by an Amtrak train, and he had all these graphic designs that he left here. So nobody got the opportunity to see how creative and talented he was. So I took it upon myself to get all of his designs and I put them on 300 t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies to start sharing with people what he left, his legacy. And as of today, I continue on sharing all that on all my social media platforms, on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and people have supported the mission. The mission behind it is to continue to turn it into a foundation where we can give other young people the opportunity to have scholarship money because there's a lot of young kids that don't follow their passion because of the money. So that's the mission to continue to grow Team Fuego in that aspect.
It's amazing. That's an amazing mission. So, I guess in terms of reaching people, you mentioned a few different platforms. Like, where have you found the most success for your business?
Well, actually, I started on Facebook. So I have two pages. I have my own personal, and then I have Team Fuego. But it's like I continue to grow both because of the inspirational videos that I post. So sometimes I'll post the apparel, but more so I post inspirational videos to inspire people, to let them know they can be different. People think that they have to be what the world say they can be, but they can be who they want to be. So that's my mission with Team Fuego is to let people know my hashtag is dare to be different. I actually had a lot of people on LinkedIn actually reach out to me and I've done custom designs on t-shirts and backpacks to help them grow here in the United States. So I've actually been networking on LinkedIn with a lot of people.
That's really cool. Yeah, LinkedIn is great. I love LinkedIn. So, in terms of you're talking about like your mission, right? Helping people see their passion, being different. I think it's an amazing mission, by the way. I guess you ever, I guess if you're speaking to young people, do you ever go to schools or like how exactly like, are you reaching somebody who's in high school right now, for example?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, I lost my daughter in 2009 from sickle cell with a heart. And actually, they had given me an award because I worked for the schools, and a lot of people knew who my daughter was from me working at the schools. So they invited me to speak at the award session that they gave me an award for her because she didn't live to graduate. So when I speak to the young people, I let them know that your connection can affect your direction. So be careful of who you connect yourself with because that plays a part in these young people on their journey and trying to go where they want to go. You got to be connected with like-minded people, being positive, sort of have the same goals and missions that you're on because I've watched my children being a mother of seven go in different paths because of the people they connected themselves with. So that's always what I tell young kids, even when I go to different functions in the community, people that I support, I let them know you can be different. You don't have to be what someone else wants you to be. You have to make that decision. And whatever you have in your heart, whatever talent you have, whatever gift, just know this. All you got to do is just do it. The rest will come. And that's what I've been doing. I've just been doing it, and I've seen Team Fuego grow from like on TikTok, 80 followers, and now almost up to 500 followers.
That's amazing. So I guess, I mean, in terms of young people, right? Because I can just speak for myself. Like when I was in high school, I was involved with the wrong crowd. I was smoking weed. I actually got arrested for smoking weed at one point. So it's like, how do you, when you're talking to young people, like, how do you get them, out of this like peer pressure and like so focused on, like, and that was me in high school. I was so focused on like what other people thought, and I was hanging out like with the wrong people. Like, how do you get them, like, if they're on this path, like off that path and really like getting and saying, hey, like kind of like what you're saying, how do you really get that message with somebody who's already involved with per se, not the right people?
Well, sometimes it starts with home. I've always been a mother to tell my children, no matter how bad or how good the situation may be, I always had an open door for them to talk to me about anything that was good, bad, or indifferent. And I never was the mother who judged. And I tell these young people, even when I'm reaching out to them on social media, why you allow other people to say what they say to you? You don't have to. You just let people be where they want to be. You don't have to let people pressure you to do things you know not right. It's not the right path. And I always gave my testimony of how things were different from my children that didn't listen to me. They strayed away. My son, who lost his life in 2017, when he was in middle school, he would allow people to make him get bad grades because he was an A student and he wanted to fit in. But at what cost do you try to fit in? Mess up your life, go the wrong direction, wind up in jail with them because that's what they want to do. So my statement to young people is let people be where they want to be and you be who you want to be. Regardless if you don't have any friends, regardless if you don't fit in, you do because you owe that to you to be who you are. Be your unique self because people will either love you for the way that you are or they're going to leave you because you're not the way they want you. It doesn't matter. Self is first. Love on you.
Oh, that's a great thing, by the way. And would you please guide me a little bit? Because right now you are guiding the young entrepreneurs. I'm also an entrepreneur. May not be a young, but yes, I'm an entrepreneur. So, what do you think? What's the role of integrity for an entrepreneur?
Say again.
What's the role of integrity? Integrity for an entrepreneur.
It's like people will trust you if you show up as your authentic self. Never try to be someone that you're not. Everything that I create as far as videos is who I am. And
Mm.
if people don't follow me, that's okay because I'm not showing up for the people who don't want to do nothing with their life. I'm showing up for the people who do. So as an entrepreneur, I know it takes time. I know that it's a journey, but you stay true to yourself, you be authentic, and people will continue to feel that where you build that community because now they have a chance to see who you are because you're being your authentic self. I talk about my faith. I talk about how I meditate every day and I give God praise and glory because I am grateful to have another day to try it again. And whatever doesn't work, then I change up to what does work. I mean, we're all evolving. So it's always something that needs to change. This world changes every day. So it's like when those changes come about, then you have to do something to change you, but you still be your authentic self. You got to be comfortable in your own skin. So you got to stay true to yourself.
Thanks. Thank you. So nice of you. So now in this light, what do you think? What's more important for a business? Innovation or integrity?
Integrity, because I tell people, for me, actually was on a conference call earlier, and for me, I tell them it's not about the money. The money will come.
Yeah.
You can't drive yourself thinking, okay, I got to make this amount of money. I got to just keep trying to make money. No, what you keep trying to do is show people who you are, your integrity of your true self, and the money will come because once people know and they feel comfortable with you, they're confident that you either sell a product or service, that will come as long as you stay true to yourself and show people that you're trustworthy and you're authentic.
Yeah. That's a great advice, I believe. Indeed, integrity is more important. So, by the way, I'm a father of three kids, and the most challenging thing for me is to make the work-life balance. So,
Yes.
what do you think? What you will say? Like how I should make sure like my mental health is good, and how I can make sure like I'm balancing my life. Or you can say how I should balance my life.
Yeah, that's a good point because I was a mother of seven and I was a single mother for 20 years.
Uh,
And I had to take jobs that actually worked around the schedule of having a sick daughter where I could be able to leave when I had to leave. So what I started doing is, because I had six boys, I would cook 3 meals on Sunday. So that would be 3 meals that would last 3 days, 4 days the following week. And then what I did is I taught my children, even at them boys at 9, I brought them down, showed them how to sort their clothes, how to use the washing machine. Everybody had some type of task that they had to complete in the house. We worked together. So it's like we had time together, we schedule, we sit down and have family dinner. We choose a day for that. And then they had a day to go hang out with their friends. It's like we talked often, like we had family meetings. We'd sit at the dining room table and we would sit and talk about whatever was concerning them at school, friends, whatever. It was like I said, an open door with my kids to feel free to talk freely if someone was doing something to them, someone was saying something. But I set aside time to work and I let them know I'm a single mother. I can't work 3 or 4 late nights because I have small children. I mean, I even left the job when they tried to make me do 4 late nights and I was pregnant with my last son. I truly believe that when you put family first, because that's the order of God, it's like Him, then your family, then a job. And when you take those things out of order, then everything becomes like hectic because you're not living in the order. The family was here before a job. And I always tell people when I say the money will come, when you keep your life in that order, the money you're going to be taken care of, but your children are important because once they leave you and get out into this crazy world, then my pastor used to always say, you never raise a child until you raise a teenager. And I think that to be so true because I went through that 7 times. And that's the hardest part because they're surrounded by other peers that don't have the same morals or perspective or anything like that. And they so persuasive of trying to get children to do things that they don't want to do. That's why it's so important to communicate with your children often. Keep that balance, have that time set aside. Cook them double meals on Sunday so that way you have more time to spend with them.
It's so true, so true. So now I'm changing the topic a little bit. By the way, what's the role of technology in your business?
I sell apparel and I custom design however someone wants it. Like I've taken people's logos and I've put them on embroidered hats, sweatshirts, t-shirts. If they don't see what they like in my store, I do free consultation and let them send me whatever design they want to, whatever apparel. I do memory throw blankets for people who've lost loved ones. I've custom designed those. So my gift and talent is very rare because I see things different than what other people see. That's why my statement is dare you to be different because when I watch my children grow up, they didn't dress like everybody. And I left it up to them to have a say so. This is who I am. This is who I want to be.
Mhm.
This is what I'm gonna wear. As long as it was covering up your body, I ain't have a problem with it, especially with my girl. It's like, so I just allow people to come to me. We do consultants and they choose what they want to see. And I'm grateful that I have that gift to be able to make it come to life, make it look different than what everybody else.
That's good. And by the way, will you let me know about the likes and dislikes of the in terms of technology? In fact,
The likes and the dislikes of technology.
yeah, the likes and dislikes
Well, I
of
guess like
technology
yeah, I guess
for
you
your
see
business.
it, yeah, just see like yeah, more specific, I guess like as it pertains to your business, because you mentioned custom t-shirt design. So I'm sure from the technology side that can get pretty complex. Everything is fully customized. Like I guess what are the I guess some of the biggest challenges that you have with that?
One of the challenges trying to, because you reach different audiences. When I did some Facebook ads, I saw that I was reaching more women than men. And then I was also noticed that I was reaching, like it was a different age gap. It was like I was reaching young people, 18, and then it would skip where I was reaching people that was between 30 and 40. But then when I ran more ads, I was even reaching people that was 60. So the thing is when you're custom designing, just putting it out there on your store, you have to keep in mind that you have to customized product that's going to reach those different age groups. So I think that's part of my challenge because a lot of my stuff in my store is basically for young people, like 18 to 30. So it's like I sit and decide what I'm going to create to reach the older generation. So that's part of my challenge because even when you post and you read some of the comments that people make on your post, it's like, okay, now I got to start finding a way to like show the older people what some of the designs that Team Fuego can offer.
So when it comes to older audiences and showing them designs, do you always hop on a call with them, or is it like, very user friendly for them to go and see, okay, like this is, how I design. Like I guess because everybody has different levels of knowledge when it comes to using technology, for example.
Right. So what I actually have on my website, I actually have a chat feature where you can go and ask the question and it'll email me and I'll get back to them and then I'll invite them to get on a call if they really want something specific. And then they also have the opportunity to go and send an email through my website. So that's one of the things that I found very helpful because if you have that chat feature available right there when they go on your website, that'll help you be able to, talk to them, schedule an appointment, talk to them more depth. Then they have the ability to email you design. And then once I create it, I email it back to them for their approval, and then I put it in my store. So it's like nothing is ever set in stone until they say thumbs up. Okay, yeah, that's what I want.
So when you do the custom design, is that only for that customer, or do you put on your store for everybody else to buy too if they want to?
Yeah, it's in my store for everybody else to buy it if they want to. Unless my customer says, I don't want nobody else to buy this sweatshirt, then they have the opportunity to go purchase it because it goes right into my website, into the cart. And then they'll email me and say, okay, I've purchased it, or I get the email once they purchase it that lets me know that they purchased it, and then I'll go take it out.
That
But
makes
for the
sense.
most part, a lot of people, if it's something like with a photo on it, like when I do a memory blanket, throw blanket, and they don't want anyone else to buy that, then once they purchase it, I take it out.
That's cool. That makes sense. So I guess you mentioned you're talking about audiences of different ages. So you also earlier mentioned that you're in Florida. So are most of the people that are finding, are they in Florida or are they like all over the country or even global customers? Like where are most of your customers located?
Everywhere, like Arizona, Cleveland, just everywhere. I mean, it's like my website. I use a print on demand company, and they ship everywhere, even out of the country. So people everywhere can order. I mean, because it's shipped wherever you want it to be shipped. So I actually connected with a print on demand company that actually ships everywhere.
That's really, yeah, print on demand is a great feature in 2023. I mean, it's a very modern technology. I guess I would ask, so in terms of your goals for your business, so I guess in the next like 3 to 6 months, what is priority number one for you?
To take care of me first. Because I told my mom when she came to live with me last year for 4 months because she had a stroke. And I would tell her, she was very demanding. I had to do everything, shower, give her a shower, cook all her meals, wash her hair, wash her clothes. And I told her, I said, there was one day when I said, Mom, you can do this. I'm going to sit this all out for you and I'll put the cup of milk right on the door of the refrigerator. You can do that. But where are you going? I said, I'm going to the doctor. I said, if I don't take care of me, who's going to take care of you? So self-care is very important physically and mentally for me because you can have so much going on throughout the day. And if you don't take care of you, then you're not going to be able to take care of your business if you don't take care of you. So my physical and mental health starts off every day being grateful for another day. I have my time that I talk to my father and I just pray whatever I need for that day to help me get through that day. And then I give myself a schedule to turn down to be able to go to bed and, have rest. And it's important to rest your mind. So when my end of the day, I go to YouTube and I love music. So I watch music videos for like a half an hour because what that does for me, it takes me somewhere else. Like whatever I went through today is gone by the time I get ready to go to bed because then I can rest. My brain is shut down. I'm not thinking about nothing. I'm listening to this wonderful song, the melody, these awesome voices that people can sing, and that's my routine every day. So if you don't take care of you, you're not gonna be able to take care of your business. So that's the first part. Take care of you first.
That's
Even when it
amazing.
comes to your family, because if you can't take care of you, how you gonna take care of your family?
Percent. I could not agree more. I mean, that is so true because I always say I'm like health and self-care is so important because to your point, Don, if you're not healthy and you can't run your business, let alone even live your life. So it's like those things are so important.
Yeah.
I I guess just to wrap it up. So in terms of advice that you have for, young people that are listening, if somebody wants to start a business, like what's the number one piece of advice that somebody young could take from this, from you and what you've learned, because you've been through so much and experienced a lot in your life.
First, they have to ask themselves, what is the purpose? Because you have to have a purpose to start a business. And then once you figure out what gifts and talents you have and the purpose behind it, then you start your research. Because if you know the why you're doing, you don't have to worry about how you're going to do it as long as you know why you're, because there's too many tools out here now where you can go to Google and you can say, Google, how do I change my marketing strategy? And now they got the AI out that you can ask so many questions that it'll give you different avenues on how to market your business, how to target your audience. But the first thing that's important for young people is to have a purpose. You need to know that purpose. And then you say, why am I doing this? It has to be for someone else. Because I tell people, whatever you go through in life is never about you. It's always for someone else. So me losing two children was for someone else because now I'm connected to people who have gone through losing their child. Now I can help them through the journey. And that's what people need to understand. Whatever we go through in life, it's not about us. It's always for somebody. So that's what they need to know. What is your purpose? What is your why? Why are you going to do this? Know
That's
why.
amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. That's really good advice for sure. I think, and I 100% agree. I think is, so many people today struggle with their why and their purpose, and they're just so lost, and I think that is amazing advice. Well, Donna, I want to say thank you so much for your time. I learned a lot today. I know Qasim did as well, so I really appreciate it, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.
All right. Thank you guys. You too.
Yeah, Darling.
Thank
All
you. All
right.
right,
I
thanks. All
really
right,
enjoyed the
bye.
conversation. Thank you.
All
Okay,
right,
bye bye.
bye.